Some machines are born on the racetrack and some evolve from it. If there's one Indian two-wheeler company that's properly committed to, understands the significance of, and uses motorsport as a platform to develop the motorcycles that you and I buy and enjoy, it's TVS. TVS has been developing all of its motorcycles at the racetrack and has been continuously racing since 1982. And the racetrack is where we are at today, specifically the Madras International Circuit. And the bike in question, the TVS Apache RR 310. This motorcycle, the RR 310, is the distillation of everything that makes the TVS factory racing outfit so special. Welcome to the Evo India YouTube channel, and in today's video we're going to be taking a deep dive into the TVS Apache RR 310 platform and the racing machines that have come out of it. We'll start by looking at this, the stock bike that you and I can buy. Then we'll be looking at this. This is the OMC bike. This racing platform, the One Make Championship racing platform, is what many people can use to realize and achieve their racing dreams. And then when they want to step up from there, we get this, the Prostock machine. This is the ruler of the racetrack from TVS's garage, and we're going to be diving into everything that there is to know about these three motorcycles. This story is about evolution, and it is also about the racing DNA, and to show that that is not just a sticker but something that runs much deeper. It's about the sheer intent, it's about the design, it's about the engineering, and it's about the passion for everything on two wheels. So let's meet the pack. This here is the road going bike. This is the 2025 TVS Apache RR 310. Now, as you can see, it is done up in a very special Sepang blue livery to indicate its racing heritage. Now, let me give you a quick rundown of what you need to know about this motorcycle. Powering it is a 312cc single cylinder reverse inclined engine. Key figures are 37 bhp and 29 Newton meters of torque. Now, in terms of top speed, this is capable of 164 kmph in track mode. It gets a whole bunch of cool kit and accessories as well. And then you have this, the Apache RR 310 OMC. One Make Championship machine. This is the first rung of the racing ladder for the RR 310 road bike. Now, as you can see, this has been stripped of everything non-essential to a racetrack. The bodywork has been changed to fiberglass bodywork to make things lighter, and lightweightness is the key of the game when it comes to racing. So to that end, you don't have the headlights, you don't have the tail lights, you don't have the rear view mirror. Now, in terms of power, the engine, it is running race camshaft and valve springs. The exhaust is a free flow race exhaust, and to control all of this power you have a fully adjustable race ECU. Now, to make sure all of this power is made good use of, you have a more efficient cooling system as well. And then you have this is the Prostock Apache RR 310. Now this, it competes in the Prostock 300 to 400cc category. This is basically the class where every manufacturer that participates puts their best contender forward. The regulations aren't as tight, they are pretty restrictive, but manufacturers are allowed to tinker with a lot of stuff on the motorcycle, which is why, as you can see, this looks like it has come straight out of a Moto3 grid. And again, weight reduction has been key over here. In terms of the engine is a lot more powerful than the stock machine. This is making close to 40% more power, and that is coming from heavily revised internals. You have a high lift race camshaft, and you have a bespoke race tuned ECU which enables features like quick shifting. You also have launch control and all of the good stuff that you need, and this should be a very intense machine to ride. You also have a proper GPS based race computer, so the rider knows exactly what's happening, what kind of speeds he's doing, what kind of lap times he's doing, and all of that. Now, if you thought that the Prostock machine was the final step of the RR 310 ladder, you would be mistaken, because then there is the Asia Road Racing Championship machine, which is the Prostock bike dialed up to 11. Carbon fiber bodywork,
carbon fiber wheels, all-in suspension and an even more powerful engine. It is the fastest Indian race bike and it is the final evolution of this platform's engineering. For perspective, the bike clocked a top speed of 216 km per hour and set a lap record of 2 minutes 20 seconds, 784 seconds at the Petronas Sepang International Circuit. That's seriously fast for a sub 500cc motorcycle.
So what's this bike like to ride? Well, I've already spent a lot of time with this motorcycle, but any time on track is always really special, and this is one of those bikes that you really want to start track riding with, because everything is set up in such a way that you get all the confidence you need to hit the track, and confidently so. And the balance that TVS's engineers have struck with this is simply phenomenal. The nice and wide handlebar gives you all the leverage you need to dip into a corner. The foot pegs are rear set enough that unless you really start pushing, they really won't scrape. When you do start pushing is when they will scrape, and then you have the choice to option the BTO kit with the rear set foot peg. So TVS really has thought about everything. Then you have the quick shifter. It works like a charm. It works much better than many big motorcycles, and that's really saying something. All of it, the whole bike ties in to give you a really solid riding experience and a proper, almost race bike like experience. So what is this one make championship machine like to ride? Now this essentially is the bike that does duties in the TVS one make championship category. Now basically all riders on this grid will be riding the same machine, but it is an integral part of the Indian National Motorcycle Racing Championship. And to ride this bike, it's quite an experience, because while the overall silhouette looks very similar to the Road RR 310, the second you swing your leg over, things feel very different. You really have not much of a cockpit to stare at, because all you need to be doing is looking far ahead, because this bike is much faster. Like I said, 25% more power than the road bike. Now as you can see, I'm starting the throttle movement. That's it. That's all there is to this. So all of that extra power plus the power that the motorcycle already had from the stock engine, it's just in that much, which means you need to be either on the gas or off of it like a proper race machine. The race bike experience with this is really strong, it's really intense, and it's a whole lot of fun to ride. And when TVS does put out their next racing academy and the school so that you can become a racer, you should definitely come and try this out. Now what is this Prostock machine like to ride? Well, to put it plain and simple, if you thought the OMC experience was intense, this is on a whole other level. This is properly visceral. It's bare bones, it's everything that a race bike should be, and it does that in spades. It's bare bones, it has all the kit that the racer needs to go and set as fast a lap time as possible, and as you can very clearly see, the ergonomics are meant for a racer. So once you've really crossed the road stage, once you've done the OMC, you've done a few one make championships, you've understood what that is, this is the logical next step to go, and my god, what a step up it is. But now this is me, clearly a fat person, talking about race motorcycles. I really have no right to be. So why don't we get someone a little more experienced on board, a lot more experienced actually, and let's ask him to ride all three motorcycles back to back to get a proper understanding of how different these motorcycles actually are. Because when you're at a racetrack, there's only one number that matters, and that's the lap time. So here's how this is going to work. Jagan is going to go out first on the stock bike. He's going to do one out lap and two hot laps, and the best lap is what we're going to consider as the time of that machine. Once he finishes with this bike, we're going to take the OMC and then the Pro Stock. You know what happens. A 2:07. So that is how fast the stock bike is. It's now the OMC's turn to show how fast it is. 2:07, 0.17 split seconds is what the stock bike set. Now let's see what this thing can do. there you have it, a 1:59.24. That's close to 8 seconds lopped right off the lap time of the stock motorcycle. So just a little bit of adjustment to the motorcycle for race purpose, and the results already start to show for themselves. Now let's see what the Prostock bike can do. OMC lap time done. It's now time to show what the Prostock has up its sleeve. You ready? And there you have it, he's just done a 1:56.36. So that's again a few second difference between the OMC to the Prostock. Now please bear in mind, these are just indicative laps to show the performance difference between the stock bike, the OMC bike and the Prostock bike. If Jagan was actually riding in a race situation, the bikes would be set up to his riding styles and he would be riding much faster, taking out 2, maybe 3, maybe even 4 seconds off the times he's given us right now, maybe even more. So again, this is not the fastest that these bikes can go. This is just indicative to show you what the performance gap between the three bikes are. So we have with us 11-time national championship Jagan Kumar, and all those epic shots that you just saw was him pushing those bikes absolutely to the limit. Now apart from being 11-time national championship, crucially he's been a key member of the development of the road RR 310 and consecutively the race RR 310s as well. So let's hear from him what he thinks about the road bike and then the race bikes. So Jagan, now you rode all three bikes, you've developed these bikes as well. What do you think about the stock bike, especially from an enthusiast point of view, coming in to experience the world of track riding and then eventually racing?
Actually, Apache RR 310 is a track to road bike. We tested here, we done thousands of laps here, then developed to factory team and also R&D team. So now finally here is a RR 310 bike. That's why we are telling track to road bike.
Correct, precisely. And the track to road philosophy then goes to the OMC, which is an in-between between the stock bike and the Prostock bike, which is pretty serious but not as serious as the Prostock, right? So then there is something for everyone to go through the levels and learn. So what do you think on the different categories of the race bikes?
Yes, starting from one make bike, same engine, same frame, everything, chassis, everything is same. But for the track purpose, we'll modify foot pegs, handlebars, positions, everything will change. And also engine performance wise, it will be...
Because of the exhaust and the ECU and all of that, yes.
After one make race to INMRC is little more higher. Accordingly, for national championship, there is a restriction. For that restriction, they are made for that bike.
Right. So this meets all the regulations of the FMSCI for the INMRC, right? The international
regulation. They made the bike.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is still an absolute beast to ride, and I was nowhere near close to the pace that I should be to be riding one of those bikes. So again, I have nothing to say but thank you for helping in the development of these motorcycles, and thank you for coming with us to shoot this video and to set the times for us to actually show the difference between the stock bike, the OMC and the Prostock motorcycle. And also, this is such a capable machine, so I think it's a great place to start. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're celebrating 20 years of the Apache, and with the RR 310, there's something for everyone. If you're a street rider or a track day enthusiast or a national racing champion, there's something for everyone. If you have ever dreamed about going racing, the TVS RR 310 is your ticket in. This motorcycle and their rich racing heritage is testament to TVS Motor Company's commitment and excellence in racing, and that shows in every motorcycle that comes out of the TVS Motor Company garage. Now, with the RR 310, TVS has not only democratized performance but also democratized technology that we would only otherwise find in motorcycles multiple times its cost. Now, without racing, these technological advancements, they just wouldn't be possible and they would remain confined to our bedroom walls. But look at this right now. I'm going to be riding this very same bike home, and this was the bike that I was thrashing on track all day long. Does it get any better than that?